Hello, everyone, and welcome into Insider Gaming Weekly, a video game podcast. I'm, of course, one of your hosts, Senior Editor Mike Straw, joined, as always, by my co-senior editor, Grant Taylor Hill, Senior Producer, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and the Gong Lord himself, Tom Henderson. Guys, we have a lot to talk about today. There's something that happened, I know, which would have been happening and breaking on our usual day, our old day, but now we've moved to Friday, so we can actually have a full day to digest. I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened.
Old news at this point, man. Old news.
Yeah, exactly. It's way old news. Maybe we just move on. But before we get into that, how you guys feeling? We're here on Fridays now.
It's strange, isn't it? This is going to put my whole weekend out of whack now. I'm not going to know what day it is or anything.
Grant's going to wake up tomorrow thinking that it's Friday. And it's
exactly. I'm going to work, man. So what is this? Is this like 35, 40? I don't know what episode we're on now.
What number is this?
38.
That's what I mean. 38 weeks, give or take, of this. And now we've just thrown it all out of whack, man. It's crazy. Who made this decision?
And don't worry, in 2 weeks, we'll throw it out of whack again.
Yeah.
We'll be recording this on Tuesdays at 2 a.m. UK time.
No.
No.
Let's not do
just
that.
a simple no. That's great.
AP, how you doing?
Mike, I'm doing awesome, man. Had a pretty productive week. It's nice to be back at home. It's like we're alluding to here. It's nice to be doing this show on a Friday, I feel like, I feel like my schedule's a little more freed up whenever it comes to my daily Monday through Friday gig. So I think I'm gonna like this little switch up here that we have going on.
Gives you something to look forward to at the end of the week.
That's
It's
right.
a nice
Absolutely.
way to end the
What
week.
I'm curious about, though, is how many of our cherished regular listeners are aware that we've moved it to Friday.
I mean, I've plugged it in the Discord, which you can join. The link is pinned on YouTube. It's also in the description. I have plugged it in the Discord so much over the past week that hopefully they do.
Yeah, I can't see any regulars in the chat so far, though.
Oh man,
No.
Don't
Don't worry.
An hour and a half
I'll
yesterday
call them out.
screaming
I'll
their
call them out in the Discord. I'm going to go in and be like, hey, where's Fuzzy? Where's Phil McCook? Where's Molly? They're all there. Where are they all? Like, Tom, how you doing? Are you?
Where's that
you
dude
had
who
a
asked about
fun
Ghost
week?
Recon? Or Venom?
Yeah, I had a decent week, I guess. It's been one of those weeks because, I mean, let's get into it. Like, we have changed the podcast from Thursday to Friday for one particular reason. Nice to see you, Fuzzy. Yeah, we changed the the podcast for one reason, which was meant to happen today. There's things that we'll announce probably in the next 10 minutes or so. And it just didn't pan out. So we kind of had to do a little bit of a shuffle. And it's just been a little bit stressful. But apart from that, yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode, to be honest, and excited, man. Like, yeah, I think these Fridays are going to be much better. It feels like a nice end to the working week, so to speak. I know most of us don't really have a working week because we work non-stop anyway. But
yeah, if something breaks, I don't know, like PlayStation Network going down on a Saturday, guess what? Whose plans are out the window? Oh, I was gonna go spend time with my kids. Sorry, honey, PSN is down. Before we get into what we need to talk about, including that teaser, reminder: subscribe to Insider Gaming here on YouTube. Leave a like to help let YouTube know that people enjoy this show. And if you're listening to us after the fact on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your shows, leave us a rating, leave us a comment. Let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show, what it'll take, and what you'll do to get Tom to reveal his face. Because maybe that'll happen in the years to come. We don't know yet. But again, like Tom alluded to, we do have something to announce coming up shortly. Something to tease.
Big
something
stuff
to be ready for that we have been working on for a while and we're excited to talk more about. But we have a lot to get to, so we're skipping a segment this week. We aren't talking about what we're going to play because I already know. Hold on, Grant. I already know what AP's been playing. I already know what Tom's been playing. I don't. I know what Grant's been playing.
It's the only reason I turn up.
We're specifically talking about a certain game to kick off this show because we know Grant is going to have a lot to say about it. Arc Raiders is how we are kicking off this week's show. Before we get into the news, everybody wants to know more about, and I'm talking about Square Enix's layoffs and their push towards AI. That's the big story of the week, but we'll get to that later. Arc Raiders launched the highest rated multiplayer only shooter since Overwatch on Metacritic. It is currently with a Metacritic score of an 87, a user score of an 8.9, continues to dominate on Steam. From what we know, sales have been extremely popular. People were worried about it launching in between Battlefield and Black Ops. Doesn't seem to have made a difference. Grant, know how you feel about this game, so I'm going to turn it over to you first before we get to Tom's thoughts on it, because he didn't really gel with it. But I want to hear what you got to say about it, and so do the people.
It's all right.
That's it.
I didn't really like it.
No, genuinely, man. Like, absolutely. Like, it's transformative, right? You know, the extraction genre is a little bit done in some ways. For some people, it felt for a while like it was being overdone, but this comes in and it's reshaping everyone's, you know, expectations of what the extraction genre can be, because it's accessible, it's mainstream, it's casual, but it still has that challenging aspect, and there's still a lot to understand, and there's a meta there, and you know, the people that do want to go in and they want to do PvP and stuff, you've got that. But at the same time, if you want to have like a game that's going to ease you into extraction shooters, it's perfection, because there are so many ways that it's just more accessible. It's more arcadey. You know, the combat, it's easier to survive a fight. You've got map markers and guides and things like that. But it's just, it's hard to put into. I can't nail down one specific thing that's making me just keep going back to it over and over again. Like I put a thing up on socials, right? Because I stream once a week. I just stream once a week, you know, personally on my Twitch channel. I've streamed 7 days in a row, all Arc Raiders, and I can't stop playing it. I literally every evening I'm on it for like 3-4 hours. If I can jam the time in, I'm going to bed at like midnight, you know, 1 a.m. It's just so good. It's post-apocalyptic, third person. You know, you've got this AI threat, robots bursting in, taking over Earth, driving everyone underground into little bubbles into little settlements where they're trying to scrape a living, and then you become this raider. You're on the surface, which they call topside. You loot, you shoot, you do quests. It's a quintessential extraction shooter, but there's just something about how it looks, how it plays. It's well optimized despite being UE5. There's so much meat on the bones. You've got like almost 70 quests to solve. They've got social elements in there as well. You know, Marathon was touted as being the next big social extraction shooter. Put it in the bin, no point. ArcRaiders has done it perfectly. It's coming at a lower price point, you know, $30, £30, whatever you want to say, to get in there at the base level. And that comes with a free battle pass, and you can unlock stuff and loads of credits and whatever. The guys, they're just being the guys at Embark Studios are being fantastic, phenomenal. Like, for example, if you're killed by a cheater, they're going to give you back everything that you lost to that death, to that cheater. Otherwise, there's no insurance mechanics. So they're just giving you back free stuff. They had network issues the other day. They had server issues. They turned around and gave everyone free in-game money, like the money that you usually have to pay real money for. They're doing this kind of thing. There's a roadmap coming up already. They've already got an update that dropped today, going into tomorrow with new map conditions and a bunch of bug fixes and stuff. Like, it's mind-blowing how good they're doing it. You know, it peaked at 354,000 on Steam a week ago. Last 24 hours, it's still at 315,000. Like, it's nuts how successful this game is being right now. Might be a flash in the pan. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to a point in a couple of weeks where everyone will have dropped off it for something else. You know, we've got, like you say, Mike, we've got some big games coming out. But right now, this is, like I said, it's transformative, it's disruptive, and this is everything. Like, Mike, you know me. You know I like my first-person games, right? This being third person is not a deal breaker. I thought it would be. It just works, and it's so brilliant. I'm having so much fun, and yeah, I can't sing enough praises. I don't think I can praise it enough.
What's been impressive to me with it, and mind you, I have not played it yet. I keep going back and forth, but what's been
Bless you.
Excuse me. I'm allergic to the bullshit I'm about to spew, I guess. No. It has been, and it might be, it has been hovering close over the last few days to Battlefield's peak concurrent for the day. Like, Battlefield peaked at around 750,000 just about. But since then, it's found its nice niche between 370 and 400,000. ArcRaiders today has a peak of 349. Like, it's only within 30,000 peak concurrent. So because people are looking for that extraction shooter, it doesn't feel like there's that crossover where you have to worry about leaving. They might change it when Black Ops comes out, but who knows? I know, correct me if I'm wrong, unlike Battlefield and unlike Black Ops, where you need TPM 2.0 and secure boot, you don't need that for ArcRaiders.
No, and it's the funny thing was, it has already had a real cultural shift. The first couple of days I played, it was the most wholesome game, like mind-blowingly shattered all expectations. Every single person I was running into was in proximity chat. Hey, how's it going? Oh, wow, you're enjoying the game. This is great fun. Let's team up. Let's have a good time. Now it's on site.
I did see that video on your
when we went into the train, and there was
and then you're like,
lady.
don't shoot, and then you just blast you in the face.
Do you know what's really ironic about that?
He waited to make you lull into that like false sense of security.
It gets worse too, because that is the exact spot where the first day on ArcRaiders, I was in the exact same spot. Another team came on the other side, and there was like a guy and a girl, and I don't know if the girl was like RPing or something, but she was like acting like she was actually controlling the train, and she was like, "Oh, everyone, hang on, we're going for a ride," you know. And it's like, this is like some bloodthirsty, you know, looter shooter game, whatever. And she's just like a little jovial, and I was like, and then you go 3 days down the line, and I'm in the exact same spot getting absolutely domed by a guy standing there like, no. I'm like, don't shoot. Like, nope. But that's, I mean, people are obviously getting used to the game. They're getting better at it, better equipment or whatever. And now it's just, it's on site. If you see someone, you can try and bargain with them, but nah, it's not going to happen. You're in a fight.
Tom, you played it. You said you didn't gel. First off, Septic Sauce with the £5 super chat. He wants his kids back, Tom.
We'll need a few more zeros on the end if he wants his kids back.
Yeah, 5.0000000. Why didn't you feel like you fit with ArcRaiders?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like Grant said, I think you've got to give him back so much credit with this game. I mean, even with the finals, right? Like the finals, I actually really enjoyed the finals and I gelled with it quite well. And then they followed it up with Arc Raiders, and both games are so different, yet they work so well in their own right. And it's very difficult to pull that off as a studio, and especially as a new studio, right? Like they are relatively new, 4 or 5 years old, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job and doing the things that they've done for the community, like you said, by giving back loot to people who've died by cheaters and all that kind of stuff. And I guess it's just the way of the world at the moment, where you need to kind of be on the side of the people. And it feels like that's what they're doing. And doing it very well. So yeah, nothing against him back or whatever, but it just, for me, I think Arc Raiders, for me personally, is just a game that I will enjoy to watch rather than play.
Yeah. Well, did you ever like extraction shooters before, though?
I this is the thing as well. I didn't, to be honest, and I thought, well, Arc Raiders is going to be a bit different. But I think the issue that I had is my mentality is always, if I hear explosions or if I hear shooting in the distance or whatever it may be, run straight for it and try and get involved. And in a game like Arc Raiders, I don't think it really works that well. And I guess it's the same with all extraction shooters, I guess, where like you could do nothing right for 15 minutes. You'll just be looting, and then in an instant it can all just turn upside down. You could lose everything, or you could just extract. It'll be a boring game. But I think it's just my play style, to be honest.
No, that's why a lot of people are liking it to gambling. Like, you never know what's going to happen in any given raid, and that's why they've been so successful. Even Tarkov, the micro mechanics that they weave into games like Arc Raiders and Tarkov is, even if you open a box, okay, think of the mechanics. When you open a box, you open a crate, it slowly reveals one by one each item, which is loot crate, which is slot machines, which is it gives you that same pump when you suddenly get because in Arc Raiders you get a jingle when you get like an epic item, and it's that giving you that little burst of dopamine, like, oh my god, I found something really good. And that's how these things are so successful, because they get to that part of your brain where it's like, I want to go in again, because who knows what I'll find this time? Who knows how many people I'll kill this time? You know, that's why I like them. I mean, you know about me in extraction shooters and post-apocalyptic games. Like, my name, Nukov. So it's an amalgamation of Nuka from Fallout and Tarkov. That's how my name came around. So like this, you look at Arc Raiders, it's post-apocalyptic extraction shooter. You know, it's the amalgamation. Like, it's me. So I'm in love with the thing, man. I'm in love with it.
I just think it's going to be a game that I'm going to enjoy watching rather than playing. And I hope that the community aspect stays around. Like, I hope that this kill on site aspect kind of changes a little bit as people get more familiar with the game, and it does, because some of the clips, man, are hilarious that you see on social media, and I really do enjoy watching it.
It's hilarious. Like, earlier on, we were playing on a map called Buried City, and we broke into a hospital. This was me and two guys, and we hear scuffling from down the corridor. We know there's people there, and suddenly over proximity chat, you just hear like, "It doesn't have to be like this, man." We're just like sliding back down the hallway, and I put on the mic, and I'm like, "This is war. People die, man." And we're separated by like a wall in this hospital, just shouting to and fro, like, you know, trying to bargain with each other that we're going to let each other go. We did. We all got out alive, but
I do wonder. Obviously, the hype is there. Different type of game, yes, but the proximity and it doesn't have the proximity chat, which would be great if it did. At least when it started and whatnot. I do wonder if it'll have more staying power than, say, a Helldivers 2. Different type of game, yeah.
It's going to depend on the post-launch content.
Yeah, right? But I feel like when you said that sense of community, like just when Helldivers 2 launched, seeing the stories people were creating and everything, how just people were coming up with the lore and creating their own
drive, though, doesn't it? Like, everyone feeds into the same events. And
it made it so unique and fun. And then it just fell off. Granted, Arrowhead did things that people weren't happy about, so they went to other games. And they've been struggling to get them back. But that's what I'm always worried about. You mentioned a flash in the pan. I don't think it'd be a flash in the pan because of any other games coming out. It would beat happen, like Tom said, what they do.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. So Embark have they've been ambitious. They said we want to support it for 10 years, which, fair enough. You just add more maps, more mechanics and whatever, that's fine. Fuzzy Muffin was asking in the chat about what the end game looks like. So, it's long, just the base is long. You've got 75 levels to work your way through. And that's like player levels, not like missions. You've got 75 levels. There's I think it's 4 or 5 base maps with more coming. They have special variants of the maps as well, but the end game is built around. So there's no wipe. Extraction shooters typically have wipes to keep it, a level playing field every so often. But this won't. Instead, you have what's called expedition projects, which is where periodically you can do these tasks where you set up, kind of like putting together like a caravan or something. You have to get massive amounts of resources and supplies, and you have to get some really rare items together, and you have to grind for a set period of a few weeks, and then a window hits, and then you can go on your expedition. And what that does is it resets your account and gives you a new raider, but you bring back some skills, some unlocks and whatever. So that's kind of like the end game loop there. And I can't say it's going to take too long to get there, because there's people that have obviously, they're ready for that now. They've, days in, people would, I'm max level, I've done all the quests and whatever. You'll get that with any game, but it's that's the loop. So you can imagine it's probably it'll get to a point where it's got that core following, that core audience that just does that loop over and over again. But it will peter off over time. We say look at Tarkov. Tarkov is 10 years in, and it's mostly the exact same game it was 5, 6, 7 years ago.
And it's still in beta for
8
more days.
That's it for a week, and then we'll see what happens there. But that's a good example, right? The audience, it ebbs and flows. They come back in for updates and they dip away again, and I think that's fine. It's kept it alive, and I think Arc Raiders will be the same thing. You have this core following that doesn't want to put it down, and then everyone else will dip in and out when they do updates. So I think Embark has got an absolute winner in this. And obviously their microtransaction model will keep up, and they'll add things and bits and pieces. People are tentative. Are they going to do crossovers and collaborations? Probably, because it just writes itself, doesn't it? But I think they'll be playing a very dangerous game if they do it too soon. Like one of they added an outfit recently in literally the last day or two, and it was like a deep sea diver's costume. And straight away people looked at it and they were like, how does that work? That doesn't, a massive deep sea, the really old school,
big helmet,
like
the
that
big
heavy,
metal dome and it's compared to everything else, it's the weirdest looking thing they've added, and everyone's like, careful now, because people are just so tired of kooky skins and crossovers. But obviously they need money, they're going to do it. But no, I can think, hand on heart, I think Arc Raiders is going to be around for a very long time.
We do. Next, topic number 2. Actually, before we get into topic number 2, we talked about a little tease. Do you want to do it, Tom, or do you want me to do it?
I'm gonna give you the privilege of teasing it.
Wow.
How far can I go?
You can just put it on screen.
Okay. All right. Let's see. We got to change something here, actually, real quick.
Well, I guess I can mention what it is. I guess
because this is how it looks on the screen with this.
Oh, brilliant!
Don't worry. We got this. There we go.
Aha!
Oh, did it again. Hold on. There we go.
There it is.
So yes, we are working on the Insider Gaming app, and it should be ready next week.
It has been a long time coming.
Well, we said a little tease.
That is. We're not saying what you can do in it yet.
We're not going to say what you can do in it. All I will say is that as an gaming outlet, and again, I guess it's the same across the internet, right? I think we realized that Google and SEO and all of that kind of stuff isn't really doing gaming outlets any favors, and we feel like this is the next logical way for us to be able to give you the reliable and fast gaming news that you deserve as a reader / watcher, viewer, whatever it may be. And yeah, we've been working on it for 5 to 6 months. Got a lot of good stuff in it. You will be able to download it for free. It will have a premium subscription attached if you wish to do so. And with that premium subscription will come some very unique perks, which I think kind of bridges the gap between the likes of a traditional video game website and, let's say, like a aggregator on Twitter or whatever. So fingers crossed it does well for us, right? But next week we'll have a pretty cool announcement video, and obviously then you'll be able to download it. And even for free people, we're going to have a lot less ads, which is something that everyone, hopefully will enjoy, right? Like the reason why traditional websites are full of ads is because programmatic ad revenue is going down every year, and the way to make up for that is by putting more in it. Hopefully you all enjoy it when it's announced next week, and we'll talk about it more on the podcast next week.
Yeah, and make sure you are in the Discord, Insider Gaming Discord, because that's where, in my view, where we'll be taking feedback if any bugs arise from users and stuff like that. So you're gonna
let's be clear. We are anticipating there will be some bugs and that kind of stuff. As always, when you can never prepare for it, right? We try and do QA and stuff, but we do anticipate there'll be issues. But if you're in the community Discord, you'll be able to report in real time, and we'll be able to get it addressed as quickly as possible.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a blast. I'm so excited about this, especially for what else we have planned behind it that makes me laugh with at least one of them. I've gotten enjoyment out so far. Yeah. But my favorite part was Rob. We got an Insider Gaming app before GTA 6, and he is the perfect segue for topic number 2, because
thanks for that, Rob. Look at that assist.
Topic number 2, GTA 6 has been delayed again, and damn it, if Tom didn't call that from the beginning.
It played out exactly how I said it as well.
Yeah, man. Yep. Unbelievable.
That scared the hell out of me, man. That was louder than I expected, and there was no precursor or anything.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be that loud either, especially because I have the volume on half. So it's not even like, that wasn't full volume.
That wasn't even full. Holy hell.
That was 50%.
Damn.
So GTA 6 delayed. Take-Two had their earnings call on Thursday, November 6th. We would have broken it as we were on the air, which would have been an interesting pivot to the entire show. Prior to the call, the press release went out. The announcement was made. GTA 6 is going to be released now, supposedly, November 19th, 2026.
Supposedly.
In Rockstar's statement, they said, quote, "We are sorry for additional time to what we realize has been a long wait." You don't know the half of it, Rockstar. But these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you've come to expect and deserve. We want to thank you again for your patience and support. While the wait is a little longer, we're incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonida and to return to modern-day Vice City. The delay also comes, and we'll get into this part later, days after claims that Rockstar was firing employees for attempting to form a union. But this delay, despite the coincidence of the timing, wasn't because of these firings or anything that's come from that. Again, we'll get into that as well. But first things first, AP, I'm going to go to you, since you've been so quiet and refusing to talk.
Hey, man, I'm just letting the boys talk about Arc Raiders. Come on.
GTA 6 being delayed. Obviously, it shouldn't be a surprise at all, right?
No. Hell no, this isn't a surprise. And what actually surprised me is whenever this news came out, so many folks were just like actually surprised to buy it. I found a lot of my friends, whenever I would send them our article over at insidergaming.com, they were absolutely shocked, like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me. No way. We're never going to get this game, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, Did you really think it was going to end up dropping whenever they said it was going to drop? Like, how many times have they delayed it? And thinking back on even Grand Theft Auto 5, even, the fact that how many times they delayed that even, so it's something that you kind of got to get accustomed to whenever it comes to, Take-Two and everything with this game. And then thinking even more on the financial side of things, it seemed like it pissed off a lot of investors, Mike. I think I saw, then we have a piece about the fact that, the stock went down like 10%. I think, Tom, you had that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, man, you look, at the end of the day, you're still going to buy this game. You might say, oh, if they delay it again, I'm not going to. Yes, you are. Stop it. You're still going to buy this game. Like, everybody's going to get this game. It's still going to cook. It's still going to dominate next year. 1 year from now, basically, you're going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. Just sit back, relax. It's just a 6 month delay. That's not that bad, right?
That's brutal. The world could be over in 6 months. Now,
I was just going to say, I think what's interesting about this delay for me is that, so with the first delay, we saw the community saying, oh, it's definitely happening because they've given a firm release date. Rockstar never do that unless they're 100% guaranteed. And this time around, even though yes, they have give a new date, everyone's like, yeah, it's slipping into 2027. The sentiment around it has literally flipped, which is very interesting to me. I think that just proves that Take-Two and Rockstar probably had this wrong from the start. I said this over on Twitter yesterday when it got announced, is that, first of all, game development is tremendously difficult, right? Like, I would say 95% of the time, deadlines are never stuck to. They always go over budget, over timeline, etc. But what you'll find is that what will happen is that the developers will just push the game out anyway because they're under contract obligations, they're under pressure from the publisher, pressure from outside forces, investors, and all that kind of stuff. The thing what's very interesting with Rockstar Games and Take-Two is that there isn't really that pressure. I think even Take-Two's CEO has said this himself, is that Rockstar Games will push out GTA 6 when it's ready. They're not under any kind of obligation to push it out the door or whatever it may be. And at the end of the day, that's just because Rockstar Games are perfectionists, right? I think we've seen it with even GTA 5, but especially Red Dead Redemption 2. And I've been saying for months, man, like, if there's one bug wrong with that game, it isn't releasing. If there's one glitch or whatever that they can patch, it's not releasing. I got a number from a developer on this, and they think that this is going to cost Take-Two $10 million a month extra now. So we're talking an extra, what's that, 60 million?
So what? Instead of making, $26 billion on this game, they'll make what, 25?
Yes. But yeah, so this delay is probably another 50, 60 million, 10 million a month just in development costs, and then you got to put whatever else on top of it. So I would imagine you're close to 100 million or whatever it may be, which is only another 1.5 million copies they need to sell. It's fine, right? Or 1 million if it's $100, as everyone keeps saying.
Like Fuzzy says, November 19th, right near the cutoff line for Game of the Year. Dude, the Game Awards could be November 20th. It'll still somehow win Game of the Year.
GTA doesn't win Game of the Year, does it?
Well, there's not been one in.
There hasn't been one since the Game Awards.
I can't even way back. I can't remember them ever winning Game of the Year awards or whatever. I know GTA 5 didn't really, did it? 2013 came out, and Game of the Year was Last of Us 2013.
Yeah, but 2013, it won Game of the Year at VGX. It was the last of the old.
Okay, I suppose if we want to talk about the full spread,
it won Game of the Year.
It won it somewhere, yeah.
So, but granted, that came out in September of that year, not a week before.
Yeah,
Game of the Year tangent.
It's kind of like on you know, because we looked at the history of Grand Theft Auto and they usually release around that kind of time, except for the last couple that have been delayed and pushed back and haven't. So it's kind of like a return to form, I guess, release period wise. So it'll be the big Christmas game, you know, big festive period game that everyone gets, which is to be expected. I'm always in the party, you know, I'm always in the camp where like, I don't care if it's delayed for like a 4th time or a 5th time or whatever. There's games coming out for me to play and fill the void. It's fine. I just want it, you know, like Tom said, perfectionist. I just want it to be this game that just blows everyone's minds, you know, and is absolutely fine. Straight off the bat, you know, we talk about the budget stuff, we talk about the time stuff. Dan Houser came out recently and was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, saying how like it was over budget and the investors were doubting it was going to be a thing, and he was like downplaying the like the subject nature of the game, being like they're trying to sell this thing where you play as a cowboy with tuberculosis and it sounds like really, really bad, and no one had faith in it. And then look what happened. It just got announced today. It's officially the 4th best-selling game ever made, you know, so they did something right with it. But it's the same thing with GTA 6, you know, it'll be pushed back, it'll be over budget, it'll be whatever, you know. We're talking about, you know, I know we're going on to it in a second, probably the union bust and stuff. They're saying crunch is well and truly present now. You know, they're really getting they're really being put under the thumb. But ultimately it's still going to come out and be, I think everyone is in agreement, the biggest launch ever in the history of video games. But regardless of when it comes out, it comes out next year, or it comes out 5 years from now, you know.
That goes back to my point. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, even if, you know, it's delayed 5 months, 6 months, you're still, it doesn't matter.
You're gonna buy it.
You're still gonna play and you're still gonna buy it. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, Tom.
I was just gonna say, like, it poses the question of these big games that traditionally launch in that November period now, right? So I think the big one is Call of Duty, and somebody did say, what does that mean for Call of Duty? And I would imagine that now they're probably going to launch early to mid-October, somewhere around there. Because I think people are really kind of overestimating how long games take to complete and/or how much time people have, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If Call of Duty releases 4 to 6 weeks before GTA 6, it's absolutely fine. Like,
especially because it's a different type of game. Like, the campaign will be short, like they always are, and the multiplayer is you go to it after you're done with the run of GTA. You play GTA for a little while, you go play a couple matches in Call of Duty, but after you beat the GTA campaign, you're gonna go back to a game like the multiplayer shooter that you enjoy. Like, that's let's say realistically, because Insomniac Games have just doubled down again today and said that Wolverine is going to release fall 26. Let's say if that makes it and Wolverine releases December 10th, for example, that's what, 2.5 weeks after GTA 6. Yeah.
If you're really that into it, you've well and truly done GTA 6 at that point, in my opinion. You know, if you're one of those hardcore gamers, and you're probably going to pick up Wolverine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I understand avoiding GTA 6 a week, maybe two weeks out, but I don't know.
I also feel like Wolverine's lucky it's the Marvel IP, and it's an anticipated game in and of itself from a studio that has killed it with the Spider-Man games. So it also helps.
It's true.
Like,
it has that history. Yeah.
If Square is coming out with this Wolverine game, or or they're coming, or even like, I know they do DC, but you know, Rocksteady's coming out with this Wolverine game, it's probably not at the hype or the hope.
I kind of disagree, because I feel like, even if I'm trying to think of a game, what's slated for fall 26, is there any other games? I just use Wolverine because it was there and it was announced. Like Rob said in the chat, that's probably going to come out September, which I kind of agree with.
What's going to happen with Gears E-Day? A lot of people were thinking that was going to be a fall 26 game.
Well, if it is, I still think that if Gears E-Day released December 10th, I still think that is perfectly fine. In my opinion, I don't know if anyone else agrees, but
I think Wolverine is. I think Gears E-Day needs to be a game that comes out sooner.
I mean, the issue that everyone's going to run into is that probably everyone's going to think like that, right? And then September and October are going to be mental.
Yeah. Real quick, Karangoyle Mike, a billion has 1,000 millions. It was a joke. I know it's not going to make $26 billion. Like
Our billion doesn't. Our billion isn't 1,000 million.
yeah, but
So, in somewhere, in some universe, you're still right.
Mike's just lost it. Like,
Yep, yeah. You can see the steam.
yeah. Let's. One of the fixes, because this is going to segue nicely
What?
into the next story.
what? Well, because Grant's real quick though, Grant's math is wrong, so it blew my mind.
No, it's not.
A billion is 1,000 million.
Yeah, now go and look how much a billion is in the UK in like English money.
I'm talking.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
care about. I'm talking
Here
about.
we go.
I'm talking about the number itself. I don't care. To get to a billion, you need 1,000 million. Mathematically.
Wait, you do?
Jesus.
No. Can I please? Do you know what I was thinking? Right, I've never been good. I'm better with words than numbers, hence this job. I was thinking you get to 99 million, you tick over, you're at a billion. Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay. Other games mentioned. Real
Yeah.
quick, there was a question in the chat. How have from Dragon Sleeper, how have GTA 5 sales? As of yesterday's earnings call, it is over 220 million lifetime sales for GTA 5. Other games recommended before we get to the Union side, there's Forza Horizon 6, though that is coming out mid of next year. That's going to be nowhere near what's going on with Fable, what's going on with Halo. Like, there are going to be so many dominoes that change.
There's been some interesting meetings this morning, put it that way.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah,
I do know one game that's targeted for next year, that was targeted for the fall, was EA Sports UFC 6, because they pushed it out of this fall to next fall. Who the hell knows if that's going to happen now, or if they're going to change that date again. It's I can't wait for these stories. I really can't.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, GTA 6 delay is one thing, but Rockstar, that's not the only thing they were in the news for. The delay, as we mentioned, comes days after it was revealed or claims that Rockstar was firing employees for attempting to form a union. The Independent Workers Union of Great Britain called it, quote, one of the most blatant and ruthless acts of union busting in the history of the games industry. But this is a claim that Rockstar is denying, as they say the group was leaking company secrets and their dismissals fall under gross misconduct. Rockstar said in a statement that it took action against, quote, a small number of individuals who were found to be distributing and discussing confidential information in a public forum, which is against company policies. This forum is reported to be a Discord where reports surface that I think roughly about 34 people were in this Discord, and the only non-employees in that Discord were union representatives. This has led to an absolute mess of picketing outside Rockstar's offices, more claims about the union, and it's just kind of, you pair that with the delay, which again they claim isn't, they don't relate.
Yeah, I can 100% say that the delay had nothing to do with this.
But Rockstar is going through it right now in the eyes of the public opinion.
Yeah, it's just horrible timing. I mean, you couldn't have worse timing between that happening and then the delay obviously being announced during the quarterly earnings. It just doesn't look good. You know.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, Mike. I think Jason Schreier did say that employees knew that a delay was coming. He didn't give a time frame on, but he didn't say like it was a sudden thing yesterday that just happened. And we've discussed this, for a number of weeks, number of months even, that we believed that the delay was either going to come before this earnings call or before the one in February or March. Would it be February, Mike?
February is the next one.
So we kind of said that was going to happen, and it just turned out that it was this one. Did they do it because of the negative press around the union and all that kind of stuff? I really do doubt it. And I don't know, man. Like, I have some strong opinions about this union stuff, which I don't know if everyone's going to agree with. But at the end of the day, if Rockstar Games' employee contract and its NDA and all that kind of stuff says that you cannot talk about company secrets or whatever it may be outside of the company, then regardless of who you're speaking to, in this instance, it was union representatives, and I don't think they're protected by any means by, like, you know, confidentiality and all that kind of stuff, like a lawyer, for instance. Then at the end of the day, you have broken the contract. So they have, it sucks to say this, but Rockstar have every right to lay you off. That's just how it is.
It's one of those things of, like, granted, we don't know what was said in those forums.
Yeah.
If they're just talking about forming a union and they want protections and all that, that's fine. Rockstar would not, like, that would be union busting. But if they are talking company secrets and they're not protected at that point, you can claim it.
From what I understand, though, it's like it was they were already in a union or something like that, or they were getting close to a threshold where they would have met a certain percentage of people unionized so that they could then take action and stuff and actually make, like, actionable changes and influence decisions and stuff. So the running theory is that they nipped just enough people to make it so they weren't going to make that minimum, so then they couldn't really do anything with that union action that they formed.
Yeah, you brought up. You brought up, and there was a story that you posted at InsiderGaming.com that a dev made counterclaims about the leaking dismissal case. The Discord, this developer says there were over 250 of them, and 34 have been fired so far. Basically, to again limit, like you kind of mentioned, limit it. They were called individually for a quick chat, only to be then fed with, you know, envelopes saying their employment was terminated.
Hey,
I just love the friendly guys of, hey, are you
chat?
ready? Yeah, you ready for a quick chat? Like,
yeah.
I read that.
I'm going anywhere with you.
I read that and I immediately got PTSD and straight up anger. Been there, done that. Say, hey, can you hop on a call real quick, or can you come on over?
If I don't find out,
and then I walk in and I see 4 or 5 other colleagues, and we're like, what? And we all, as soon as I walk in, it's like the next person to walk in reads the writing on the wall, and you're just like, are you shitting me? Like, that, really? And usually for me, it's never been about this. It was 2 weeks after, you know, one of the companies I worked with, we won a $500,000 grant. And then they say the company's fine, everything's good. Yeah, we won $500,000
grant. Yeah,
you. Everything's fine with the company. Things are going well. We've never been better. 2 weeks later, they lay off half the company.
Wild.
Like, it's so. I hate layoffs with a passion, but this feels like it's a case of a lawsuit is bound to happen.
Yes,
and it's going to get far messier before anything, and then we'll find out the actual truth.
Granted, I was going to go to the protests. I didn't. I don't know how the protests turned out.
You should have went.
I should have.
You could have talked to.
You could have did a live report, bro.
You could have got a great story for Insider Gaming, but you lack the passion and the commitment.
Actually, I was otherwise occupied with, you know, that 9 to 5. So anyway,
they're in Edinburgh though, right?
No, they're in London. It's on Cleveland Street down in London.
Oh, right. Okay.
They've got. Do you remember? I sent a picture in the Discord ages ago because I was in London and I walked past the office and I was like, going to go in and get an exclusive. You know, but it was that same office. But I don't know what the turnout was like or whatever. But yeah, it would have been pretty good to bop down there and, you know, but anyway, yeah, I don't know what came of that. I don't know if it was like 5 people just turned up with placards.
No, I think it was all of them.
Yeah, it was.
They had like
I've seen
smoke
pictures,
bombs and all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow, it was that big. Man.
Yeah, no, it wasn't massive. Like the street was
thronging with millions.
Yeah, I think it was literally every single one that was laid off. Because I mean, if you hadn't been laid off and you was stood outside with them, the chances are you're getting that same envelope when you go back to work. Yeah.
That'd be awkward.
But yeah, I
Why are
agree
you
with
protesting? You still have a job.
I agree with Mike that this is definitely going to get a lot messier. I think like it definitely does seem like union blocking. Like there's no question about it, right? But Rockstar have probably a strong case where if they can prove that company secrets were shared. Again, this isn't saying like, GTA 6 is going to have strip clubs or whatever. Like it's nothing like that. This is stuff like people talking about unionization because they had to do crunch time and work 15 hours a week all the time or whatever, right? And they was getting paid less and all that kind of, I guess that stuff warrants company secrets.
Yeah, and they probably got, I mean, look at the shutdowns they had, like when they pulled everyone back from remote working and stuff. They pulled them back into the offices and whatever. And I mean, it's worked because we've had no real leaks since. But I imagine if you go up to someone and you say like, oh, what shade of green they're using for the leaves on the trees or something, they're like fired, because that's how tight they're getting with it right now.
Yeah, I mean, after 2022, they locked it.
Man.
That shit straight down.
Did you see the video that was around on socials of that dude that was like chasing people outside the office? He went to Edinburgh and he was waiting for people to leave the Rockstar offices and he was chasing them and demanding to know if there was going to be like a delay and stuff. It was pretty weird shit, to be fair. Oh, sorry, podcast.
That's kind of stalker behavior.
Yeah, I mean, he got the backlash was unreal, but unfortunately, people.
Was that the dude who was filming like within the windows?
No, there was a drone, wasn't there? I think was that Cyberpunk.
It might have been. I can't remember the game where he was like filming within the office windows.
There was a guy sitting in a hotel across the street from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember that story.
It's so weird, man, but it's so funny at the same time.
Like, what goes through your mind? Like, this seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Wild.
Do you guys think we get one more delay?
Nah.
I don't think so. I think this is it. Yeah. I know they don't care about what the public says, that they'll release it whenever it's done. But I truly feel like people will lose their freaking minds if it happens again. Right?
with Tom talking about like what was the word? Perfection, like perfectionism. I genuinely believe that it's done. It's ready to go. Like it's like it could go gold tomorrow, but they want, like you say, they want to have the quadruple check. They want to have every thread of code, everything.
And the new release date is exactly a week before American Thanksgiving next year. So if they delay it again, I was thinking of a joke of like they delay it 1 week just for the fun. But I'm like, they're not going to release a game on Thanksgiving. But if you know what I would do, like 2 weeks before the game launches, I delay it to November 24th just to do it.
What's the 24th? Thanksgiving?
It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving week. But usually a lot of people in the States have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
Mm-hmm.
And kids usually they're kids who will be playing this game, whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah, they will.
High schoolers and maybe younger are going to be
looking forward to it, and he's 9, so
I guarantee you my son's going to play it. I'd rather him play that and run people over in a video game than do it in real life.
But this will lead him to do that, don't forget.
Yes, because violent video games make violent people.
Yep.
I kill people every day.
I know. I've been arrested for stealing cars and giving people some money and then finding a way to get it back in nefarious ways.
Guns don't kill people. Video games kill
people.
On the delay, I don't think it's going to be delayed again. I think this.
I'm with you.
I mean, we're talking. This is a substantial delay, right? This is another 6 months, and I think even the employee said it in the. I think it was like a GTA forum kind of dealio. He even said that the game is content ready, and from what I've heard, it's been content ready for a very long time. But like I said, I can't remember when it was, and I'm sick of saying like I've been saying for months. But I said in a podcast not long ago that. If there's a single glitch, like somebody glitches through the door or something like that, people are going to run with it, and it's just going to be a bad look for them.
That being said, Red Dead had similar treatment. It was pushed back and it was, whatever. And that had some pretty gnarly bugs. Like, do you guys, I don't know if you guys played it. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember the thing? You might have seen clips of it where you threw the throwing knives at the rope bridges. I don't know if you guys have seen that. There was a bug where if you threw throwing knives at the planks of rope bridges, the bridge would just like start flipping away like crazy. You step on the bridge, you get shot up into space.
To get launched.
It was crazy.
So those are the bugs though that deserve to stay in a game.
That's
like the swing
hilarious.
glitch, GTA 4 swing glitch, which
you
must
with
have
the car.
That's
iconic, that one I've done. It's fun.
That's still a thing. And everyone like you'd go on like the GTA 4's multiplayer, and people would be trying to just have like competition, see who could launch the
that's
vehicle.
Exactly what me and friends did. We basically
man.
we had somebody standing at the end to kind of measure.
Yeah, man.
What who went further? Just like an Olympic sport, and we'd do that for like an hour or so. Like even Josh
knows, man.
Want the swing glitch back.
Man, I missed that game so much, man. That was such a good game.
So we did have more to talk about, but we're not going to be able to get to it because I did want to talk about Square Enix and their stuff, but we'll have to do it on another episode.
No, we can do it a little bit. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah, a little, because it's mostly stuff that's we it's. I think a lot of it is expected anyway.
Square Enix.
You're not getting off that easy, Mike.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. You're the one who want to get out of here all the time earlier.
They are graders, man.
Square Enix had their earnings call as well on November 6th. Sales revenue fell 15%. But that's not the big story. The big story is the company's letting go over 100 people as part of a, quote, fundamental restructuring of the overseas publishing organization. Layoffs will see up to 137 people in the UK cut and an unknown number of people from the US. Staff was notified Thursday in a video call and impacting those working in it impacts those working in a number of areas, including marketing, publishing, business planning, QA, and IT. Those who are remaining with the company will be required to work in office more often than they had been recently. In a statement sent to media after the news broke, Square Enix said, quote, "We are reorganizing our operations in North America and Europe to strengthen our development structure and to drive a globally integrated marketing strategy. This was an extremely difficult decision." Yeah, okay. Made following careful consideration and analysis by our leadership in order to best position the group's long-term growth. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the talented team members who will be departing the company for their significant contributions to Square Enix. And they also say they'll remain committed to treating each individual with the utmost respect. This news also happened to come kind of like the GTA coincidence that Square went through a presentation with staff and talked about the goal of having AI handle at least 70% of QA and debugging. Square said that this was aimed at improving the efficiency of game development processes through AI technologies and to give it a competitive advantage. Now, it's not believed. It's been reported that these layoffs weren't the result of that goal. This was already in place. This restructuring was already in place overall. They had been selling off studios left and right over the little while. But when you hear layoffs, you see who's involved in the layoffs, QA teams, and then you also see, hey, we want 70% of QA and debugging to be handled by AI by the end of 2027. It makes you just like, it's too weird to just be coincidental, even though it likely is. But we're just in this point where, one, you feel bad for these layoffs that are only getting worse. They're not getting much, like, just because they're less than they were last year doesn't mean they're better numbers, really.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing a lot of people worried about how far will they go to replace AI, and then you're wondering, like, if like there are still things that QA people can find that AI can't because they don't exactly know that they're looking for it.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I mean,
this is go ahead.
Yeah. No, go on.
Well, who's going there?
AP.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, go with me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, this is like kind of like right up my alley because my Monday through Friday job, I'm a QA tester, and my company is pretty entrenched whenever it comes to AI. They've talked about like, yeah, we're gonna, make sure we're utilizing it, using it every day to help us, get through our everyday sort of tasks. And it makes me wonder. It's like, man, how deep down the rabbit hole are we gonna go here with this AI, man? Because I could easily see myself getting replaced by a freaking computer, and just seeing this now, it literally come to fruition for this company, Square, that these folks no longer have jobs because of freaking AI, man. And once it started blowing up, once it started getting really, really big, specifically like generative AI, I noticed that, it just started blowing up so quickly, and that made me just kind of start wondering, like, okay, when is this going to start taking over jobs? Because it's just going to be a matter of time, because they're going to be able to streamline it, so to speak. They're not going to have to pay, employees nearly as much money. They're going to have, so much more cost savings whenever it comes to those sort of things. So, it's scary, man. It's scary. I just try to, keep my options open, I guess, at the end of the day, and just try to make sure I'm sharp with it, I guess. And
if you're good at handling the AI, that's the big thing too. If you're good at handling and utilizing it, you're more likely to be safe, because they still need somebody to
manage it, right? Yeah, that's true. And so that's what I've kind of been trying to do, just making sure I kind of understand whenever it comes to like prompting it and that sort of thing. And
QA teams have been on the short end of the stick for so long. And you look at a company like EA. They started outsourcing a lot of their QA to Romania for cost savings. But then you also look at EA Games, and you're seeing them come back buggier than they ever have, because of these cost savings. And you're just wondering, like, what if they don't understand like how important QA and debugging actually is. Again, QA teams look for things that AI, unless they're trained to know what to look for, won't look for it. But even then, you don't know what's a bug until you find it.
Edge cases, exploratory testing, like all sorts of stuff. AI is just going to follow what is in the acceptance criteria for the user story. And if everything looks good, they're going to pass it and everything's going to be all good, right? Unless you do something that a user wouldn't necessarily always do, and then you exploit this big ass showstopper bug, like an AI computer is not going to find that.
I think I can't remember if it was GDC where I saw it or I heard about it, but I know that Razer's working on like a AI QA kind of deal. I don't know if it's been public. Yeah, I don't know if it's been publicly announced yet.
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
I was given access to that information. Like, they sent it under embargo a couple months ago at this point. So yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, so what it is basically like you have the player playing, and their system, whatever it is the one doing the reporting, if that makes sense. So like it will automatically detect the bug, log it, send it to whoever, and that's how it kind of works. I think that's the best way to handle this stuff. I think
that kind of stuff's already a thing, though. Like, you work in technology, you get monitoring systems that automatically log tickets based on alerts and stuff. Things hit a certain threshold or whatever, you get a ticket raised for it automatically. It makes sense though, doesn't it? Because like, especially when people deliberately go out to try and break the game. Like, look how many times Call of Duty comes out and you get people breaking out the maps and stuff. If they had some way of proving that that's happened, someone's gone out of bounds, let's log that and address it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know like, this isn't just Square Enix, right? Like, I think it's a LinkedIn post that I did yesterday or the day before, asking people, basically, I want to speak to people who are currently training AI to replace their jobs, which is huge. Like, it's not just Square, it's not just certain companies. It seems like it's every studio at the moment. And it's just brutal, man, because we think that these layoffs are going to chill out and calm down, and there's always a lot of optimism around it and stuff, but
it's going to evolve into this now. Like,
this is the next big pandemic, right? or
Yeah.
after pandemic kind of deal. But yeah, this is the next big thing.
I mean, we're seeing it in I'm seeing it in the software development, not games, but just general software development side of things. We're in the States, at least, looking for software development roles. A lot of junior level employees are being weeded out. It's very tough to get in if you're not already in. And even if you have been in, like for me, I've done development since 2015. They want to, a lot of them, if you're going to stay in it, they want to pay you junior level salary for higher level responsibilities. And it's all that trickle down. Or there was one position I saw that a friend of mine sent to me.
What
the hell was
the
that?
hell was that?
Kung Fu fighting.
So I opened my phone. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
There was a position that a friend sent to me, and it was literally, it was a senior software developer role, where you utilize C# for forms and whatnot. But they said 50% of the role is prompting AI, and you're just like, is this where we're at? And I mean, you see vibe coding taking off, and how much is that going to be a thing? Like it's where, again, with everything else that seems to be in this industry, we are nowhere near the peak of where it's going to go. And it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. Cause there's also that thing of like, these people lose their jobs. Who's going to buy your stuff? Like, I still can't get over you. Loading up TikTok.
I'm trying not to laugh. He keeps laughing. No,
I'm crying.
I would be fine. I'd be able to keep it together. He just keeps laughing.
Imagine if you saw
I
his
opened my
face.
phone and
I
Charlie
know.
must have had a TikTok or something. It just auto played.
It was actually a video from John.
Oh man, it's hilarious, bro.
Good song though.
Is it? Is it?
Okay.
Right, okay, I don't want copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yo,
as long as you're only
gonna
using
get
it for a few
content ID
seconds.
claims here.
Now, if you're using it for less than 15 seconds, you're fine.
Okay.
It.
Oh man.
Plus, we're giving commentary on the song. It's transformative at this point.
Such a serious topic that's just been
Completely
completely
Derailed. Yeah, I was just
I
listening to
apologize.
Mike. All of a sudden, I hear this. Oh, I'm like, what? Man.
I got nothing. I've lost my train of thought.
We should have wrapped it up.
Yeah,
told ya.
Yep, he did. He told you. Yeah.
I told you.
Oh man.
Man.
Uh,
On that note, we want to thank you as always for tuning into Insider Gaming Weekly. We are on Fridays now at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Gumut. Hey, maybe that's how Tom learned to
Gimmet.
pronounce Eve's Guillemot. He just looked at GMT and was like, it's the same thing.
Who's Eves? It's Yves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, why that? Why best Gumut?
Guillemot.
You can find us Discord, link in the description, or at insidergaming.com. You can find the link there. Twitter at Insider Gaming IG, Blue Sky, insider-gaming.com, Facebook, Insider Gaming News. I'm losing it.
Tune in next week for some Kung Fu fighting.
yeah. Yep.
AP, follow us. Handles on the screen. Mike Straw Media, New Cov, the weekly wrap up. Look for the snowmobile for Tom because he refuses to put his handle in the bottom. And I don't know how many underscores are in that damn thing. AP, take it away.
What a fun way to end the episode. Good stuff. For Grant, Mike, and Tom, who loves that kung fu fighting, I am, of course, your host with the most A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you on the inside.